Hi, Nicole Moore here with another Flirty Friday video. Today we're going to be talking about how to get a man to cherish and adore you. So today I have a man that is super cherishing, super loving, super adoring. We just had a ceremony this weekend to kind of celebrate our love together, and he said so many beautiful words to me, such as, I promise to be devoted to you always. I promise to be faithful and devoted to you and you alone. I promise to always say I love you every time I feel it in my heart. I promise to always do my best for you. Now, I did not always get that level of treatment from men. In fact, at times in my life, it felt like a struggle to get men to do nice things for me. You might be there too. So how do we get men to cherish us and adore us? I'm going to be sharing 4 ways to do that today. And as always, I'm going to be giving you the mindset and then the action behind it to make a really big difference. So the first step is in your mindset and your energy. To be cherished and adored, you have to feel worthy of being cherished and adored. Now you might be going, okay, duh, Nicole, of course. But take a moment and check in right now. Do you feel like a queen, a goddess, worthy of worship? If you can picture, the goddesses who used to be just like lounging on a chair, being fed grapes. If that happened to you, would you be totally freaked out? Or would you be like, yes, bring it on? Most women would freak out. They couldn't receive it. So the first step in receiving amazing treatment from men is opening yourself up to actually be able to receive it. Because a lot of women, they're blocking it because they don't feel worthy. So really quick ways to feel worthy of receiving being cherished and adored. First step is connect with your inner goddess. So take a moment, close your eyes right now, just ask your higher self, please show me the image of my inner goddess. And then see whatever comes up in your mind. See the inner goddess self. For me, when I do that, I see this woman in this beautiful pink and gold dress with long, flowing, curly hair. The point is, we all have that goddess aspect within us. And you can call on that at any time. And you can imagine, once you see her in your mind's eye, what you imagine is that you see yourself like you're standing in front of her in your vision. Your eyes are closed. You're standing in front of her. See yourself physically stepping into her body. Go into her body and then start looking around the world from her eyes. Feel what she's feeling. If you do this, you're going to feel different. And so you can step into your inner goddess every day before you leave the house. That's going to change something in your system. Just from doing that, you're going to start carrying yourself better. You're going to feel more worthy of being cherished and adored. And the second thing is, you just want to step into getting that as a woman, you are incredibly, incredibly valuable. Men need women. In fact, I'm going to post a video below of me and my man Mike, where he shares why he's so devoted to me and why the masculine needs women in their life. You can watch that video to learn more about that. But women, you bring beauty to this world. You create, whether it's life or businesses or community, you create. You bring color and depth and dimension to a man's world. You are incredibly, incredibly, incredibly valuable. The more you let that sink in, the more you get men who cherish and adore you, okay? So the mindset is, see yourself as a goddess. Second tip, you have to know what you want. So many of us say, I want to be cherished and adored, but what does that mean to you? So for example, one of my clients, she loves it when her man brings her coffee in the morning and he'll get her special creamer. She likes acts of service, so that makes her feel amazing. So another woman might want poetry written about her, right? I've had Mike writes odes to my body parts sometimes. I love that because I'm a words person. So you take a piece of paper out and you write on top of it, my man desires. And start to daydream about what would be amazing for you. Do you want a guy to bring you roses? Do you want a guy to make you dinner? Do you want a guy to offer to go to dinner with your grandmother because you have a really special relationship with her and that means a lot to you? What is being cherished and adored? What does that mean to you? Write down a list. What happens is, you would be surprised. You put it down in writing, 2 or 3 years down the line, I guarantee if you were to check your list again, you would see a lot of them would be satisfied. They would come true. So write your desire list down, because that starts the energy flowing. Because if you read the desire list, you're going to feel good. Next step, share it with a girlfriend. Like, this is what's going to happen for me. This is what I'm calling in. Oh my God, talk to her about it as if it's already here. God, my man, he drew a bath for me. Then he read me love poetry. Then he brought me chocolates. Then he made dinner for me. When you start talking about it, you're going to feel excited. And even if he's not here yet, you're activating that vibration. You're bringing more of that to you. So write your desire list so you know what being cherished and adored means to you. And then you can start getting that back. Okay. Action steps. Appreciate the guy. Okay? This sounds simple. You may have heard this before, but most women aren't doing this. So if there is a guy in your life right now, or you want him to be in your life right now, and you want him to be cherishing you, appreciate him a lot. I still, every single time, my man Mike, he always opens the car door for me, and he pays for lunch and dinner. Like, he'll pay for dinner, food out. Every single time I thank him, without fail. Every single time. I never get in this attitude of expecting it to happen. I am always in an attitude of gratitude for him. So find something to appreciate about this man every single day. It's not going to be too much. You're not going to be like gushing over him and then have no power with him. If you find something genuine to appreciate, he's going to feel good about himself. Men choose a woman based on how he feels about himself when he is with you. If he feels good about himself when he is with you, he's going to want to stay around you and do good things for you. Second action step, and this might be the hardest one of all. You've got to be real and vulnerable and show your emotions. And here's why, and here's what I mean by that. Have you ever noticed that, even the movies that seem to win Oscars, what is it about these movies? A lot of them have a high degree of emotionality, right? There's, think of Crash. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Crash, but, there's so much emotionality. There's a scene in that movie where, I think it's a mom and kid, but I'm not really sure. But the actress Tandy Newton, she's in a car that's been turned over, and, the car's about to go on fire, and someone's trying to get her out of that. Can you feel how much emotion is in there? Emotion pulls us forward. Flatness makes us go, meh. So if you want him to be cherishing you and adoring you, which is really loving, opening up his heart to you, caring about you, you have to bring your emotion out. Now, I want to be clear about what I mean by this, because what most women do is they don't actually show their true emotion. Instead, they show their trigger. There's a difference between emotion and trigger. I'm going to share an example from my real life so you can get what I mean, okay? A little bit of backstory on this. My ex cheated on me multiple times with his ex-wife. It was very, very traumatic for me, and I had to see this woman a lot because they had kids together. So I would literally be like dropping off the kids, talking to this woman, not knowing that they were cheating, on me. And so that created some fear in me of guys who are divorced. So when I met my man Mike, he was divorced. He'd been divorced for a year. He decided to go out and date again. I was his first date. His first Tinder date, his first date after being divorced. One time we were sitting, and this is very early on, we were sitting on my couch. And I'll never forget, he said something like, "Oh, I still think about my ex-wife." Now, he didn't mean I'm pining for her or anything like that. But ladies, here's what happened when that information came into my system. It was like, alarm, alarm, bells going off, triggering all of that old pain. Because my system was wired in a way, men who have ex-wives, they might cheat. And when he said that comment, the emotion was so strong in me. And I just let him see it. I looked into his eyes and I went, wow, that comment just made me feel so emotional. And I'm feeling really, really scared right now. Because, my ex cheated on me with his ex-wife. And when you said that comment, it just made me feel like I'm threatened. And I know I'm not, but I'm just feeling so scared right now. And he said he's never seen someone actually feel so much pain in their eyes and show him. Like, it was a scary moment for me. We all get triggered. But I just let him in. I let him see the impact of that on me. I didn't hide anything from him. But so what happens is he comes closer to me. So every time I actually feel any emotion around anything, I just show it to him in a really clean way where I'm just showing him the pure emotion. This is like what kids do. Kids get hurt, they just show their pure emotion, and then they're over it. What a lot of women do is they're afraid to be vulnerable, they're afraid to share their true selves. So if I was another woman and I hadn't trained myself how to show up with men, I might not know I was getting triggered in the first place, or get super scared and shut down and pull back and think I had to protect, or get angry at him, or project onto him, or attack him. Instead, I just showed him my true self, my true emotions in that moment. And that is what brings a man closer. So if you want a man to cherish and adore you, you have to show him what's really on the inside. Not in a I'm crazy triggered way, but just where you're being really real. So you have to understand what you're feeling and then be real enough to just breathe and communicate to him. That's going to activate his heart. It's just like I said, the movies that win the Oscars, the movies that are most compelling, there's a high degree of real emotion in them usually. And that's why we like them, and that's why we're drawn to them, and that's why we watch them over and over and over again. Same thing with a man. So I'm going to read to you something else that, Mike said when we had our ceremony. He said, I love all of you, every part of your body, your words, your actions, your taste, your smell, your thoughts, and most of all, I love your soul. You showed me your soul the first moment we met, and thank you for this gift. So this is what I'm talking about. If you have the courage to show the real you, no artifice, no fear trigger mode, just your real self, your real happiness, your real pain, your real thoughts, all of it. Show it right away. That man will feel connected to you. He'll feel an emotional pull towards you, and he will want to cherish you and adore you and give you what you want. I hope all of these tips were helpful for you. If you have a question for Flirty Friday and you want that answered by me, fill out the form below. If we pick your question, we'll let you know, and you'll hear my answer on a Flirty Friday video. And click on the link below to check out a video of me and my man Mike, where he shares what makes him committed to me, and he shares more about what men are really looking for from a woman in order to be able to commit. So you can hear it from my lips, but sometimes it's better to hear it from a guy. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you have a very flirty Friday.